Run it back. Yeah. Run it back. 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 Run it run it run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Lost everything I ever wanted. Want it back. Got a problem, never run from.
But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three River Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Tonight, it's the second of our Monday night doubleheader, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The second of two games tonight. It's the Browns and Steelers underway to wrap up Week 2. And no run back here on the opening kickoff, as we'll start at the 25. Now Hall to start the drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. This defense for the Steelers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You look at the Steeler defense. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. Look at the big fella go. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. O.J. Howard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in Week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
18 Lions. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now. And they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
40-yard line. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Stroud looking to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Trying to find Jamison Williams, and it's 3rd down. You look at this Browns defense. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Though he's seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter, here's another good example.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. This one thrown underneath to A-Chain. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Stroud. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
1st down, Cleveland.
Paul again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing now is Murray. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control.
There he goes, left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Jamison Williams. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jamison Williams, 75 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
It's a gain of 35.
It's a gain of 35. First down.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Murray now. And this will be incomplete.
You know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake the block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Now Murray again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On play action, it's Murray. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, they've only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, it's Stroud. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
79 Broncos. 19 Lions.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Steelers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Stroud now on 2nd down. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
That is caught. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. Stroud to throw it. Throw caught by H.A. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, the U.S.
And again to the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Devontae Smith, 30 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll go again with Hall. He'll get this to about the 38. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. Straight ahead is Hall. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Hall want to give up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Play action. Now it's Murray. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. To throw, it's Murray. Touchdown! Breece Hall, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
60.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Panther 11. Let go. 18, Pioneer. Ready.
And Stroud now to throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's H.A. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you had both nailed. That's all but uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. This is Smith to the ground. Now a timeout signal for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Got it. Ready? 60 Bobcat. Street. Dragon 60. 18 Rattler. Ready.
On 1st down, here's Stroud. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Devontae Smith in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. Lutz with the extra point. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. That escapes the sag. Oh, some strong running. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Ready! Buffalo 18! 19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Come 19, come 19.
First and 10, it's Stroud. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 70 Razor, 70, trap 50, trap 60. Chap, check, chap, check. Warrior 70.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7.
Street, street. Go street. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
The second down throw now from Stroud. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone, throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Stroud on 3rd down now. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. First down, Murray. Looking for Campbell downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Browns. Paris Campbell, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Well, they got the ball to start the 3rd quarter, looking to take the lead, and they did so in a hurry.
Yeah, they certainly did. Now, you and I both know teams that love those sustained drives, you know, those little body blows along the way. This team says, the heck with that. Why keep the ball longer than we need to? Let's go ahead and put it in the end zone and get to the bench and take a break.
First play of the 3rd quarter. Get ready. Could be an exciting second half. New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Come on, come on.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what will be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Stroud. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, wide open, complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Jamison Williams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. After the touchdown. Lutz to kick it off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play, it keeps the entire offense rested up. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's a give to Hall. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 101 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Alontae Taylor. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he will have the Steelers' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Stroud will look to throw once more. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, smash Broncos! Hey, check that, street. Hustle. Check out.
Throwing now is Stroud. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their 35-yard line. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 20. And the Browns first down.
A give running right is Hall. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here is 3rd and 5. Murray going to throw. Campbell making the catch. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they'll wind up getting 7 there on 4th and 3.
That was a pretty good job by the defense, I thought, right? I mean, they had to go to their check down, but still were able to get it done for the first.
Agreed. Anytime you can force them to come back to a receiver that's a little bit shorter in the route, you've done your job on defense. But still, they pick up the first down and get a fresh set.
Huge 4th down conversion. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Back to the ground with Hall.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33.
Well, you see the speed there of Daxton Hill reaching him before he could get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
York able to send this one through.
And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead.
Right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
At their own 18-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Hold it ready.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
It's a gain of 8.
Stroud looking to throw.
He's airing it out for Williams.
They intercept Stroud again, the third time in this game. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Down the right sideline. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Steelers 28. York to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Ready, set.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Tiger, 19,
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's now second and 19 at the 16-yard line.
Throwing on second and long. Stroud going underneath. He's got Hockenson. And he'll be stopped right there at the 28. The Steelers on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. H.A. now up the middle. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Oh, they're changing this at the line. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Oh, 100.
A handoff for Hall. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
They'll run with Hall. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Now, I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Campbell. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Paris Campbell, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. guys like you and me, all the media are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team. And now they're working towards 1-1.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Stroud's throw there taken in by Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
First down.
That one complete down the field to Smith. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Stroud. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Top low, 18.
Here's Stroud. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
The decision made for him. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got plenty to catch.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Back to throw it, Murray. He finds his man, complete. That's Hall. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. He's going to air one out. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start. But they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing.